Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 holiday board gaming video. Today's topic is all about board game accessories. This is something I've never really addressed on my channel before, but effectively board game accessories represent all of the different enhancements that you can give to a game after it's already been purchased. These are really perfect gifts for any board gamer because a lot of people really already have all the games that they want, or new games that they want are really expensive, and so these are great ways to sort of show like, hey, I know you like this game, here's a wonderful thing to make it even better. So these make great stocking stuffers, small gifts, and all sorts of other different stuff like that. But with that, of course, as always, I want to know what you guys think. What are your favorite ways to enhance your board games? What are your favorite accessories that you get? Let me know anything and everything in the comments below because you know I love to hear it all. But that said, we're going to jump right on into my number 5. At number 5, I've got board game inserts. These are specially designed accessories for individual games that allow you to organize the cards, pieces, dice, boards, all of that kind of stuff. And it includes places like the Broken Token, foam core insert designs that you can find online, Thingiverse 3D printable ones, all sorts of different stuff like that. And just to give you an idea, I brought out my Cosmic Encounter copy here so that you guys can see the Broken Token insert for it, where essentially you can see a lot of the stuff is just made up of these little bitty boxes. And everything sort of fits nicely inside of the box, including all of the first 4 expansions at least. So inserts are wonderful, but the thing is it's so low on the list because first off, they can be really expensive, and secondly, you have to know what the person's games are. You have to know what they really like so that you know if it would be worth it to get an insert for them. That said, they are wonderfully helpful for organizing games and making it much easier to get to the table and play. So with that, inserts are my number 5. At number 4, I've got custom tools and boards. This is a fairly encompassing category that primarily serves to enhance the gaming experience by replacing bad stuff from the factory. So we're talking about player boards that are made of really thin cardboard, or inefficient design on main boards, making them bigger and easier to use, having counters that replace whatever your little tracker is, you know, just little enhancements like that. The thing is that these can be kind of awkward to find. You'll find them all on Thingiverse though, primarily. They've been designed by community members, and so you can 3D print most of them, but that's why it's lower on the list, because it's not something that's really readily gettable. That said, I've got a couple examples I wanted to show you all. First off, Terraforming Mars player boards. The great thing about these 3D printed models is that you can actually stick the cubes inside and they don't slide around or roll off, which is exceedingly helpful. It is so great. The other thing I wanted to mention is I got a couple of these to show you. These are the same thing though. These are actually spell trackers for Dungeons and Dragons. So they come in a little case. Again, these are 3D printed, and the idea is that what you can do is take the little discs and indicate how many of each particular spell slot you have. So that's one of the nice things about anything along these lines, is that you can enhance not only a board gaming experience, but really any gaming experience. It's great. That said, again, it's lower on the list because it can be tougher to get, and very similarly with the inserts, you really have to know what the person likes and is actively playing. But with all of that, the custom tools and custom boards are my number 4. At number 3, I've got Meeple Source upgrade kits. Meeple Source is a website that has a lot of different things that allow you to enhance and upgrade your board gaming experience. Specifically, the upgrade kits, though, are designed to replace all of the individual pieces, so your meeples, your cards, your money, stuff like that in a particular game to make it a lot better. Similarly to what I was talking about with having tools and boards, this is sort of all the other little stuff. That said, just like with the other aspects, you do generally need to know what the person is playing so that you can get good quality resources from them. But that said, if you get an upgrade kit for Scythe, for example, you get better resources. The thing is that a lot of games use wood and stone and gold and things of that nature, and so they're definitely usable across different games, especially things like the currency. If you get metal coins or better quality paper money, those are relatively universal, so they work really well for a lot of different games. But suffice to say, Meeple Source upgrade kits, my number 3. At number 2, I have the Humble Die, that is to say, custom or upgraded dice sets. This particular one is a set from Paladin Roleplaying that I reviewed quite a while ago. That's essentially an aluminum dice set designed for D&D, Pathfinder, and things like that. They're nice and hefty, but not too bad, and they feel really good when you actually roll them. It's a nice little dice set. But essentially, there's a lot of games that use dice, and you don't necessarily have to use the dice that come with the game itself. So it can be kind of nice to use something that has your own face on it, or some kind of a logo that you really enjoy, something along those lines. There's a lot of different websites and things that can do custom dice work, and the great thing about this is you really just need to know that somebody plays games. You don't need to know any particular game that they play, and you don't need to know any particular thing that they need to have. You can just get somebody some cool D6s or things like that. It's a really fun thing that pretty much any gamer is going to appreciate, and it makes a wonderful little stocking stuffer. So that said, custom and or otherwise upgraded dice are my number 2. At number 1, I have the ever humble but very effective tackle boxes, toolboxes, card organizers and boxes, and all of this kind of stuff. These are wonderful because they tend to be very universal in terms of being able to work with a lot of different games. And on top of that, you can do things like take a tackle box or a toolbox and put the dividers in it and bring a whole bunch of small filler card games into a single FLGS session, or you can bring all of your Munchkin or Smash Up or whatever it happens to be in one convenient case. In addition, within the major boxes that don't necessarily have an insert or for which the inserts are really expensive, these things work wonderfully well to help you with organization. If y'all haven't seen my Twilight Imperium 4 review video yet, I advise you to go and take a look at it because you'll be able to see how I use these little Ultra Pro things to organize everything and make it so much easier to set up and break down. It makes everything a whole lot easier. You don't have to know what the person is playing. It doesn't matter what they're playing. On top of that, everything is so cheap. On top of that, you can even find specific chit designed sort of organizational boxes and all that kind of stuff. You really don't have to go that far, but if you really want to, you can. These sort of general use organizational things are absolutely wonderful, and a lot of gamers would love to have them, and therefore it is my number 1. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video of my top 5 favorite giftable board game accessories. In case you can't tell, I'm pretty obsessed with keeping my games nice and organized and easy to use and play. But obviously you guys have your own opinions and I would love to hear them. What are your favorite board game accessories and why? What do you not like to receive? What do you love to receive? Let me know anything and everything in the comments below because you guys know I love to hear it all. That said, if you haven't done so already, please take a look at all my various social media pages as well as my Patreon page. On all of those, you'll be able to interact with myself and my channel in a bunch of really fun and awesome ways. But with that, thank you very much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and happy holidays.